Steamfitters Local Union 420 is a proud 123-year-old labor organization that has been installing mechanical piping systems throughout southeastern Pennsylvania with the safest and most highly skilled steamfitters, welders, and HVAC technicians. They work in facilities such as CHOP, Monroe Energy, Merck Pharmaceuticals, the Amazon Data Center campus, and the many educational and medical institutions throughout our region. Interested in a pathway into the middle class? Go to our website at lu420.com to download an application for our gold standard apprenticeship and get your career started today. Jim Snell, Business Manager. Well, the chants are still out there. Welcome in, everyone, on a Thursday night. It's the Countdown to Kickoff show from Screwballs on our Thursday night leading into the game against the Raiders on Sunday down at Lincoln Financial Field. It's also part of our countdown to kickoff and our countdown to Krausey's Koats. And, of course, that means out here, Steamfitters Local 420 is in the house. All right, guys. All right, when the Steamfitters are in the house, the Eagles always win on that upcoming Sunday. So we'll talk to those guys about it. Of course, the Eagles are reeling a little bit. I'm not quite sure where to begin tonight's broadcast. I don't know if it makes any sense at all, candidly, to analyze how good or bad this football team is right now. They're just playing bad football.
Well, why don't we start with 2023 and that collapse that they had, and how similar is it, and why is it happening?
All right, that's a good place to start.
Okay, so why do you have, you have an influx of players leave, influx of players come in, just like then, and new OC, just like then, and they're very similar, these two teams, at the same juncture of the season, where you find out, did all those moves work? Are they gelling? Is it cohesive? Or did we open up more holes in our game than we started with? And I think that's what they're finding out a little bit. Well,
and I'll bring AJ in a moment. I got into an interesting debate with Xander last night on offensively, specifically on the offense. It's the same playmakers as a year ago.
New chef in the kitchen.
I know that, but let me finish. And Saquon Barkley is struggling to get going, although
he was great on Monday.
He had a great game. A great game on Monday night. The offensive line.
He had a great play. I don't think he carved them up all night. I think that
he had three big runs. He had the two runs off tackle,
and he had 130 some yards,
20
right?
carries, 122 yards.
Yeah. So I mean,
how many carries?
20 carries.
20 carries. Okay.
So 6 yards. 6 yards a carry.
So why is the offense struggling to get the running game going? We know Jalen's not going to run. He doesn't want to run. Either they won't let him run or he doesn't want to run. Or when he does run, he bails out.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting. Xander thinks the one concussion that he had a year ago has now changed his thought process on running, because he will bail out of a run quick this year.
When you say bail out, do you mean slide?
Yeah.
Step out of bounds? Or decide not to run?
No, maybe all of the above. But on an open field run where he's out, he's going to slide.
Well, I don't know. I don't give that any credence, because he tush pushes and he gets smashed in the head by guys. I don't think, listen, one concussion a year ago isn't going to change a football player. That's not his first concussion. He's probably had, multiple.
No, actually, that was his first concussion.
In his whole entire life. I don't believe that one bit. You're in the NFL 7 years. It's your first concussion.
I'm only telling you what they're reporting.
So he's not his first concussion in his life playing football. You get him in practice. But I feel like the offensive line is never – when have they all been healthy
Lane Johnson.
this whole year?
Lane Johnson's the key.
The O-line is a big issue. Even with Hurts' time back there, he's on the move a lot more just to buy more time. So, this running game is the key. The Eagles, key to their success
is their running game.
Has always been the running game. The success in the last 5-6 years.
100%.
Always the running game, and that is their Achilles right now. Their line is banged up. Their line and this coordinator, man, I'm telling you, it's not a facet. It's not an amazingly hard fix.
All right, let's hear it. Go ahead, AJ.
The Eagles are not going to win games throwing 40 times a game. That's just not their formula because they've done that 5 times with Jalen in the past, and they've lost all 5 games. He's thrown 7 touchdowns, 7 picks in all of those games. And, Joe, I wanted to give you your favorite stat, shotgun versus under center. The Eagles in shotgun ran 50 plays and averaged 4.2 yards per play. And they ran 14 plays for an average of 11 yards per play.
Under center.
Under center. But to me, that's a huge difference. But what won the game for me is while we talk about the Eagles' offense, it's Dicker the kicker and Herbert's legs. That was the difference to me in the game because the Eagles' defense, to me, got home. They got 7 sacks. They did their job. They could have easily had 11 against Herbert, but he did what we saw Jalen do time and time again last year and the year before.
5 plays that were the difference makers, that made the difference in the outcome of that football game. The A.J. Brown
dropped 2 touchdown passes.
Right? The A.J. Brown short arm.
Yep.
That resulted in the interception.
Worse than Ricky Waters.
The opening possession of the third quarter.
Yeah.
For the Chargers, which resulted in a 9-minute drive in that opening possession.
Yeah, Eagles used to do that.
But what I'm saying, the other 2 plays, the touchdown off the board on the Jordan Mailata hold, right? Mm-hmm. Took a touchdown off the board. Eagles win that game. It doesn't go to overtime.
Ended up with 3, right?
And don't forget about Elliott's missed field goal.
And that was the last one. The Elliott missed field goal, and he hasn't been consistent either. But those are the 5 plays in the game that cost the Eagles this football game.
You know what would dramatically help this offense if the Eagles had more designed runs for Hurts like Buffalo does with Allen. They don't have any. He runs out of need.
Yeah.
They need to design more runs where, listen, start your first drive with an RPO. The RPO, it was simple. He had choices, decisions, quickness. If it wasn't there, boom, I'm running. That's when this team used to murder people. When you get Jalen Hurts, he gets outside the pocket, and he kills you on 3rd and 9, something like that. They need more designed runs with this guy because they were always a better balanced defense when they had 2 running threats, one from the quarterback and one from Barkley.
Well, help me with my memory in terms of where it was in the game. Eagles on the move, design run, Jalen Hurts to the outside, picks up the first down, extends the drive, and puts them in a. Now he throws the pick at the end, but I'm pretty sure on that series, Jalen had 1 or 2 runs.
I think it was 2
that were either for first downs, plus 10, whatever they were, on that drive alone. So that's to your point.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Jalen gets the ball, fakes a sweep right, goes left. Everyone's when the ball gets near Barkley, everybody's pouncing. They have to put more design runs in. I understand he doesn't want to get hit. If a concussion was an issue, all right, he's getting better, getting down, getting out of bounds. Preserve your body a little bit. But that last interception should not have been thrown.
Never.
That was a terrible decision. He's a veteran, and I could see why people lose it when he does something like that.
Dan Silly.
But he doesn't do that a lot. I mean, it was just a terrible, terrible decision to throw that ball. He is now pushing. He is now trying to make things happen too much with his arm when they should be making things happen with his legs more.
Well, when that interception occurred, right?
The last one.
It was 2nd down or 3rd down?
I think it was second
down.
So he could have thrown it away.
Yeah,
could have thrown it away.
He tried to push. He pushed a little too much.
Which you don't need to do.
No.
Listen, I get the momentum of the offense moving down the field. They want to go for the win. They want to get there. But Jalen rolling, even to his right, off-balance throw, doesn't get there.
That was a terrible decision by him.
And there was a point earlier in the game when the Eagles were at the 2, and people were wondering, why don't they just run the tush-push twice? I remember that was early on in the first half, I believe.
I actually said that watching the game. Two pushes.
Like, just run 2 pushes and get to the end zone.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't understand the play calling there. It's just a mess because they've built this. It's probably, whether it's the OC or it's the players or the injuries, I don't know what it is at this point. It's just, I don't see anything post-snap or pre-snap anymore or any check at the line of scrimmage. All it is basically just either hand off or get it out quick with Jalen.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the other thing.
It's a mess.
Lined up in the backfield is Saquon Barkley. Right. That's it. Mm-hmm. Tank Bigsby
we were looking for
is
him.
not. Yeah, but he is not.
I know.
The 1-2 punch to Barkley. So the only time he comes in is when Barkley, if he spells Barkley, for the most part. Maybe rare will you get an opportunity where you'll see Barkley and Bigsby, right? So if Barkley's in and it's first down or second down and 6, and Barkley's the only guy back there, Barkley's getting the football.
Right, and that leads to
it's a predictable. It's so predictable.
All season long, I defy anybody in this building, if they're going to tell the truth, all season long, did you watch this Eagles offense and go, wow, that's a really nice play? That's a cool play. I never saw it. There's no ingenuity. He's so vanilla and so predictable. Like you watch a Chiefs game. I think every third time I watch a Chiefs game, I see something that I didn't see before, or some wrinkle, or some tackle-eligible play, or something. This guy is
the only time.
But hold on, and I'll let you jump in, AJ. To be fair, that's Andy Reid. So to be fair.
All right. So here's Andy Reid. Where's Patullo?
Well, he's not even on. Patullo's not even on the chart.
Of this bar
he's below
now.
the bill. He's below
chilling with the salad
ground.
in the walk-in box.
Right.
Yeah, he's not even in the same
so
building.
he's not. So Kansas City is always. And by the way, they're under 500 now.
They're
I think
6 and 7.
They're 6 and 7.
And they still have cool plays.
But go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, it's just like when I look at the Eagles, I'm thinking, why don't they just do what they did against Minnesota, where they opened up the offense? Devontae and AJ both had over 120 yards of receiving yards. Devontae had 183 yards, and AJ, I think, had 4 catches, 121, and 2 touchdowns. Like, they just completely gone away from that into this vanilla offense that we've seen week after week. The last 5 games, Jalen in this offense has been terrible, and I don't know what could fix it.
Help me understand the difference between, from an offensive perspective, if you're a quarterback and you're attacking a zone, defense is playing zone, okay?
Right.
Which the Chargers did.
Yep.
Which the Raiders do. Talk me through that. Help me understand that.
Attack a zone?
Well, how do you attack it, or what's Jalen seeing?
Well, Jalen's going to be thrown when you're playing against a zone. You're throwing into windows and spots in a zone. Against man, you're throwing more back shoulder stuff. I mean, there's just a basic throwing philosophy. But in zone, that's when your play action becomes more effective, because play action moves people out of zone. They move out of their positions for pass to defend run. So a zone, perfect play against a zone. A dive fake to Barkley and a slant to Brown. When he runs a slant, he is almost unstoppable on a slant because of his size of his body.
Right.
If he can hold the ball, if he catches the damn ball.
Yeah.
But that
or
zones,
Dallas Goedert.
Or Devontae, just keep
you're not
running
going to run a
until you
slant for the
stop
tight
it.
end, but I mean, A.J. Brown in particular, against a zone, a perfect play is a read, an RPO play. Where you read, you get them to commit, and you throw behind the zone, in front of the zone, but in a particular window. You can do things when they're playing man, they're not necessarily looking in the backfield to even honor that play fake because they're on their man. But on zone, you got to play pass and keep your eye on run. So play action on zone, and Hurts with a strong arm in a window with a big body on a slant or something like that. They ran it the other day in the game, and it was the first time they ran it. It was perfect. I was like,
and then they went away from
that
it.
is their unstoppable play. I didn't see it the rest of the game.
That's a good point he just brought up. Like there are
on that little corner, A.J. Brown on a slant. There's not a corner in the league that's going to beat him on that play.
There are too many times watching Eagles games where I say, "Oh, that worked with Dallas Goedert," or "That slant route with A.J. worked," and then they just completely go away from that. If I'm Petula, I'm saying I'm going to keep running this until they stop it, because like we talked about with A.J. Brown, they can't stop him when it's 50-50 balls, and they just don't run those plays.
I mean, are you going to slant your way down the field like Tom Brady would against the zone with Jalen Hurts at quarterback?
No.
Not
Because Jalen Hurts isn't a pure passer. Tom Brady was a pure passer with the mobility of
putting and the ability to put the ball in the tight window, which obviously Jalen struggles with.
No, he doesn't. What I've noticed about Jalen this year, more than any other year, is he's very inaccurate on the deep balls for some reason.
Yeah,
it's almost like it's the first time he's playing with some of these guys and he can't gauge their speed. I don't know what it is about. That's something that's been bothering me all year long that I don't even have an answer for that. Why is he so jacked up on these deep balls? Like, I don't think he's being hit. Is he getting hit and rushed? Maybe. I don't know what it is.
I don't think
he doesn't seem comfortable ever in this pocket this year at all.
Which I don't understand.
The Super Bowl team who dominated people, ran the ball down people's throats, had people on skates all day. He's just back there chilling. And then we saw some accuracy. He is not comfortable behind this line this year.
It all comes down to the running game.
Yeah, if there was a way to gauge,
if
there was a way to gauge and ask Jalen your comfortability between 1 and 10 sitting in the pocket this year versus last year, I bet you'd be a world of difference. He might say a 6 or 7 this year, or 8 or 9 last year.
Meaning what?
He's just not relaxed. He doesn't have the line's hurting. The line is not the same line.
The line's beat up.
Yeah, the line is beat up. He's mobile, but he's not mobile with running. He's mobile to survive. He's not mobile with I'm going to go score here or run here. So in my mind, it's the line and it's the guy calling the plays.
There are a few players to me that dictate a season. Lane Johnson's injury to me is the biggest factor because, again, since he's been here, they're 12 games under 500 without him. So, again, this goes back to, like we've talked about with the line and with Kevin Petula, the coordinator. It's just Jalen, I don't know what it is. He's been completely off this year from what we saw last year because he's thrown way more than he should have. Because, again, what the Eagles did last year, they grinded you down, grinded the game out. Their running game basically opens up their whole offense. It opens it up for A.J. and Devontae, and we haven't seen that this year, and that's why they're in the spot.
I don't know if it was, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but did Jason Kelce?
He got a call to come back.
Not that.
Okay.
He did?
Not that.
Another Brandon Graham?
Yeah.
Did Jason Kelce say on the broadcast that the tush push took 5 years off his career?
Did he say that?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't.
During that game?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would be interesting to hear if he
because
said that
or whatever, if it was in that reference of where, because look,
God, if he said that play's done.
Landon Dickerson is beat to hell.
Right.
He's beat up so bad. He's injured. He's beat.
Yeah,
he's beat up.
And he's young.
But again, everybody's hurt, especially in the NFL. So
well, it's late in the season, but they got beat up early.
Cam Jurgens
this team got
beat up.
He's always been beat up.
This team got beat up.
Jordan Mailata could have been called for multiple. As a matter of fact, on the Barkley run,
for holdings?
He got away with a hold.
Oh my God, Jordan Mailata had his arm around the guy as Barkley went right through the hole. Now, I'm glad they didn't call it, but I'm saying...
Because Vegas didn't want it called.
But what I'm saying, Henry, is that line, even the stars of the line, with no depth behind them, can't get it done. And it might not be ability. It might be it's injury. It's injury being caused because they're beat up. I don't know.
All right, let's go here. O-line, better or worse than last year?
Worse.
D-line, better or worse than last year? Better, worse, or same?
Worse.
Well, they're worse.
I mean, slightly worse.
They're worse statistically.
They've done well.
Linebacker play, better or worse?
It's better.
Better.
Linebacker play is better. You know why?
Secondary play. Better or worse?
I think it's equal.
Same.
All right. Running back play, better or worse?
Yeah, that's obvious worse.
Way worse.
Okay, that's in direct correlation with the offensive line being worse, right? Mm-hmm. So we've established that 50% of Philadelphia's problems are on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm going to say if the O-line's banged up, naturally the run game's not going to be banged up. If you're banged up and you're not 100%, that's when scheme comes in, where you use your assets in misdirection to trick defenses. This team fools nobody on offense. They barely run screens. Their screens are so predictable.
Right.
Their idea of a screen is a swing pass, left or right. They have no misdirection, no mystery. You can sit down and play game 1, 2, 3, all the way to 12. You'll see the same script. You'll see the same motion, the same everything. They're so predictable.
The Eagles are the only team where the bubble screen just never works for them, ever. I don't care how many times they run it; it just never works for them. It's unbelievable.
I said it weeks ago. I'm going to keep saying it all year.
Laying the ball out.
Coordinator's the problem.
Laying the ball out.
I can't disagree, but
laying the football out to Saquon in a bubble screen when a fastball's coming at you is a very different.
He doesn't have the best of hands.
No, he does not.
I'm going to tell you, as great hands that the Eagles let go of. Gainwell he's like another receiver out in the backfield for the Steelers. That they let him go. They shouldn't have let that guy go.
Yeah.
When he first came to Pittsburgh, I was like, he's a bum, but he's making these unbelievable catches, quick, shifty. He's not a Barkley kind of guy, but he was a nice one too.
What it used to be was with this Eagles offensive line, they could put anyone behind that O-line, they'll get 1,000 yards. That's just not the case anymore with all the injuries and with
Howie's done a bad job with depth on the offensive line. He's done a bad job.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I have to agree with that.
They let Mekhi Becton walk out the door.
That was a really bad.
Right, that was huge.
I even said at the time, I don't think that's
Steen cannot run block.
I'm going to say this. Maybe you might be right, but I'm going to say that once again, the bread that your wife makes, if I ordered a loaf from her and got it the next day, and then somebody else ate it and tried to make that same bread, it wouldn't be the same. It's about the cook in the kitchen. And I'm telling you, maybe there's a depth issue. Maybe their pick up and drop off of play personnel didn't hit exactly where they were in the Super Bowl. But I'm telling you, these defensive coordinators are smart. This guy is like a JV coach calling those plays.
All right,
Hurts' problem.
We're going to get to a break. It's the Countdown to Kickoff show from Screwballs on a Thursday night. Is there any hope left? There's plenty of hope left.
Yes.
Eagles just need to win out, and then they'll win the division and roll into the playoffs. The Cowboys are expecting.
Cowboy fan.
The Cowboys are expecting. They're still in it.
They
Dallas
are
still in it.
Who would have thought?
Sneaky bastards.
All right, we'll take a break here on the Countdown to Kickoff show. When we come back, Steamfitters Local 420.
Yeah.
In the house again. Back in a moment.
If you own a company and you're not producing a podcast, you're missing out. The public consumes messaging when they're ready. Join the professional podcast network of companies and let Jacob Media Partners put you in the podcast arena. Come to our professional studio, or we'll come to your place of business and professionally produce your company podcast. Call Jacob Media right now at 267-261-3428. 267-261-3428.
And we're back here live on the Countdown to Kickoff show on a Thursday night. Big crowd here at Screwballs tonight. They're the holiday season upon us, and of course, the Eagle football coming up on Sunday as the Eagles come back home against a very, very bad Raiders team. So that they should be in a good position to handle the Raiders, although Pete Carroll is 9-0 against Philadelphia. So that being aside, we'll talk to that. Steamfitters Local 420 in the house. And guys, great to have you out here. Come on, everybody. Big round of applause. Mike Merzejetsky is with us from 420. Jim Shoup, the president of 420. We're going to talk with Brian Doherty and Kyle Muldoon in the next segment. But Justin making his debut. Is it Justin, right?
Justin, yep.
Yep, so Justin is with us. Justin, who are you and why are you on this setup here? Let's get his... Hold on here. Nick, I can't hear Justin. Hang on. All right, now, Justin, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we got you.
He's on.
Go ahead, brother.
What was the question?
Why are you here tonight? Why are you up on set?
I'm like his partner in crime here, so
I
I
love
just
it.
follow
All
him
right.
wherever I go.
All right, good stuff. Obviously here for... you came all the way to King of Prussia out to Screwballs to be part of what the Steamfitters do every year for Krausey's Koats. They showed up tonight with just a small taste of what the Steamfitters will actually collect and do. But what's it like for you to watch Dad, watch the president of this organization do so much good or be a part of so much good for everyone else?
It's very inspiring. Try to be like more like him every day and watch it as it goes on and follow in his footsteps.
Good stuff, right, Jimmy? Sounds good.
Yeah, you got to bring the young guys out and show them what we do. It's we're not just going to work every day. We're doing stuff like this, and the benevolence and contributing to the community, giving back. Like Mike's got his young son over there too. He's seeing it.
Yeah, it's the way it works, man. It's the way it works, and I will tell you, and I say this often. And I say it a lot when you're in the room or Jim Snell's in the room, and I say it a lot when you're not in the room. What you do in the community and the lives that you affect, I'm not quite sure you actually will ever grasp the impact that you're making. And that, I think, is an amazing statement to the commitment that all of the members of 420 make.
Yeah, well, I was vice president for, a term, and Mike was in there. He was inside guard. We had the executive board meetings once a month, and you see how many members of our union come in, and they're coaching baseball, they're coaching basketball, they're doing a 5K run for cancer, they're family members. We're all out there. There's 5,000 of us, and everybody's doing something. Everybody is out there. So if we're showing everybody, like, yeah, we're just not going, we're not out in the construction industry or the service industry. Like, we're part of the community. We live, and we're involved where we live.
No doubt about that. Yeah, no doubt about it. Well said, man. Mike Merzejetsky. Michael, I mean, I think in some ways, eat it, live it, sleep it when you get into this period of getting the coats and helping distribute the coats and buy the coats and work with the other organizers and the other members. Tell me a little bit about what that's like.
Yeah, it's you lock in here, and it starts from Jimmy announcing it to getting everybody on the job to donate, and then every union meeting we have, guys come in, drop 20, 40, 100. I've seen somebody drop 500 in the bucket, and everybody
reaching into their own pocket.
Yeah, just in pockets. Give it up, man. And that not only the money, guys will bring coats. I think I counted 100 coats that they brought already because I bagged up a few at the hall, and it's just a team and a union effort, that goes on during this time of giving, and we're blessed. We're blessed to have the careers that we have, and we're blessed to be able to give back. And it's just a way to show you're grateful. At the end of the day, you're just grateful. And it seems like everybody that's a part of local Union 420 is grateful, and we show it year after year, don't we, Kraus? I mean,
oh my God,
we've
it's
been doing this
unbelievable.
4 years. I mean, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this young guy over here, Justin, he was a part of. We dropped 35 bags off at your house. He got to see it a couple years ago.
And the first thing he saw when he came into the garage was the hockey bag up on the rack. Justin, that thing's still up there. You play hockey?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, how do you love the sport? Do you love the sport?
I love it.
Yeah.
Bleed it. Live it every day.
Yeah. How much work does that consume as part of your day? And I'm sure the answer is a lot.
Almost like right after school, you go to practice, then go sleep, go to school, go practice, like almost every day. Games on the weekends, and you just keep repeating until it's over.
Repeat, rinse and repeat. I will tell you this, and obviously you know, both my boys played hockey from 4 years old all the way up to Joseph went into juniors, and they all played, and they are better men today from the discipline of having to skate early, work late, constantly working on their craft. Unlike any other sport, and I'm not being disrespectful to any other sport, I just think the commitment in that sport will make him a better man on top of what you're doing already.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we're talking about hockey right now, not the Eagles.
Oh, man, we got to get into it. The Flyers are playing tonight, right? Flyers playing tonight. Let's talk about Eagles. Where are we here in terms of what you believe where this team is? Mike, I'll start with you. What do you think?
We're in 2023.
Yeah.
It looks like that's what we're repeating here, right? Start hot out the gate and then everything falls apart. I think it all started with the A.J. Brown, controversy. You have that type of thing in your locker room, it's hard to get rid of, right? Guys are answering questions in the media, it starts there. You never want them kind of problems, on a team. Everybody's trying to lock in, repeat, and, it starts there. And then then you see it in the field, right? You see I want the ball more. You see drop passes. You see everybody's not on board. Everybody's blaming everybody. The coaching, is it the quarterback? Is it, it's the blame game, right? Nobody wants to take onus for what they're doing out there. So we have a big problem. We have a huge problem. I don't know if it gets rectified. All I say is you better hammer the Vegas money line this Sunday. That's
Jim, let me ask you, to Mike's point, and all of the chatter in the market this week, there's talk of and conversation of Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. Sirianni's going to be fired. This is a team that won the Super Bowl a year ago, 8 months ago. Super Bowl winners. In the playoffs the last 5 years.
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't feel that way, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, just like Mike said, all the stuff going on, in the locker room and in the off season and the preseason, it's bringing all that unwanted attention, all the criticism that we don't need as a team. So then you're on the defense. You have a lot of injuries, but you have no innovation on the offense. So, Jalen Hurts, like Mike said, 2023, they had to change coordinators. And then we had Kellen Moore last year. He has experience in coaching teams, and he had a lot of innovation, and that team was unstoppable last year. This year, we are just flat. And it's Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, is somebody that follows the program, follows what he's being told to do. The timing doesn't look right. Like, it just doesn't look like they're up to how their game, whatever the game plan is. And I don't think the game plan is good. The run, I know you have the injuries on the line, and you need the running game, and it's just not there. It's the whole team. It's just a package, but there's no flash on the offense at all.
And it is the same skill set, the same players from a year ago.
There's a lot of talent there.
Skill-wise, talent-wise, payroll-wise, right? Highest paid offense, ever in the National Football League. So they have the talent. The talent has returned. AJ doesn't quite look like he's into it as much. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. I thought he short-armed a pass that ultimately was turned into an interception. Crazy stuff. That's what Mike said might be right. 23 all over again.
Doesn't it make you think how insane the Patriots were to be able to go win that many Super Bowls, to keep that? Just looking at it, it's so hard to keep things together and all these personalities together. And the Chiefs did it for a little bit there too. So, and we won the Super Bowl in 18, right? And or 17, 18, and didn't go back until 22, and then we had that. Like, we can't keep it consistent. And I don't know if that's coaching, because you said it, hit the nail on the head. We have the same players, right? I mean, there are a few changes here and there. They upgraded with some of the moves they made. That Phillips, that kid, that he looks good. So they made some moves. They just aren't making the moves, I think, in the coaching department, honestly. That's what I think.
All right, so before I let you go, and thank you a million thank you to Steamfitters Local 420. We did on the 3rd of December a press conference down at City Hall. Jim Snell was there, Councilman Mike Driscoll was there, the executive director from Cradles to Crayons was there, Brian Fritz was there, the provost from Eastern University was there, and we put this entire rollout again of collecting kids' coats and making a big push. And Steamfitters were right at the front. I mean, Jimmy kicked off the press conference. You know what I mean? You're constantly leading, and I just can't thank you enough. So let me make sure that you understand that. I appreciate it. I appreciate every member of Local 420 for what you do, what you guys do. What will the Eagles do in this final stretch? Justin, I'm going to come to you last. All right? Mike, you've got the Raiders. You've got the Commanders. You've got the Buffalo Bills on the 28th of December. And then you have the Commanders again on the 4th. Am I missing it? No, they're 8-5. They have 4 games remaining. So two with the Commanders. I think they should win them both, right? You don't know, right? Go ahead, Jimmy. What do you think?
I just roll my eyes. I just have no confidence right now.
Yeah.
The Raiders, this could be another letdown. They just, just keep saying it. 2023 over again. So I'll go with 2-2.
All right.
I'll go with 2-2.
So 2-2 puts them at 10-7.
Oh, they're going to get there.
And on the border of getting in, depending on what Dallas does, and Dallas may win out with the exception of maybe Detroit beats Dallas. I think they're 6-1 right now. So it's going to be interesting down. What do you say, Michael?
I'm a hopeless romantic. We're going 4-0, and we're repeating, baby.
All right, I love it, man.
I'm not giving up.
We're going to run the table, right?
We're going.
All right, we got to run the table.
That's it.
Just I'll come to you, man. Last thought. What do you think of how the Eagles are going to finish up? And do you think they'll win the game on Sunday against the Raiders?
Yeah, I think they'll win on Sunday because Raiders just don't have enough talent as the Eagles do.
They're just a bad football team, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
With Chip Kelly, thank God he got fired. That was good for them.
That's good. Nice toss in there.
I think they'll go 3-1, either losing to the Commanders the second time or losing to the Bills. But
I think that game in Buffalo is going to be a tough game on the 28th of December. Snow already in the forecast, according to the Almanac. Last regular season game in that stadium before they moved to across the street to their union-built brand new stadium.
Yeah, I think
there.
it's called Highmark, right?
Yeah, Highmark. So I think the new one's Highmark 2 or something like that. So that game's got a lot of interest around it as well.
There'll be a lot of emotions flying on the Buffalo side.
Yeah,
I was going to go to that game. I was, and just watching them play like this, I don't want to go through it. I don't want to go through it. I don't want to go there in the offense. But I went to Tampa. That was a great game until that second half was excruciating. Not only was it 120 degrees and people were dying out there, falling out, but I said, all right, we'll change up. We'll go to Buffalo. But the last 3-4 weeks, you're just like, man, do I really want to spend all that money, drive up there, and then to see 12 points?
Well, you know what? It's interesting you say that, and here's why I say that. So we're doing a countdown to kickoff bus trip to Buffalo.
Oh, nice.
From here, okay? We depart on Sunday morning. We're going to do kegs and eggs here early in the morning. Get up to the hotel by 1 p.m., check into the hotel. We have a tailgate set up at the stadium from 2:30 to 4, hour and a half. take in the game, and then because the bus driver has to sleep, well, everybody will go back to the hotel, and then we'll roll out at 5 o'clock on Monday morning, 5 a.m. or whatever, and make the trip back. And I just said to Henry, I'm worried now that a lot of people that either signed up to go or want to go are now saying what you just said. I don't know if I want to go all the way up there, and watch that. So might be a lot of empty seats on the bus. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe the next 2 games will dictate that.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Bring your win back.
All right, good stuff. Jim Shoup, President, Steamfitters Local 420. Mike Merzejetsky, Steamfitters Local 420 organizer. Justin, well done. Keep grinding out, brother, and keep. I say this to my kids all the time. I'm going to say it to you. Stay thankful, stay helpful, or stay humble, and keep finding ways to help others. All right? Well done. Countdown to kickoff show. Big round of applause for these guys.
Thank you, Krausey.
We'll take a break.
You too, buddy.
Back in a moment.
Steamfitters Local Union 420 is a proud 123-year-old labor organization that has been installing mechanical piping systems throughout southeastern Pennsylvania with the safest and most highly skilled steamfitters, welders, and HVAC technicians. They work in facilities such as CHOP, Monroe Energy, Merck Pharmaceuticals, the Amazon Data Center campus, and the many educational and medical institutions throughout our region. Interested in a pathway into the middle class? Go to our website at lu420.com to download an application for our gold standard apprenticeship and get your career started today. Jim Snell, Business Manager.
Man, we're back here live on the Countdown to Kickoff show on a Thursday night. Thank you so much for coming out. Steamfitters Local 420 in the house. When the Steamfitters show up, the Eagles always win the following Sunday. That's the way it's been.
Is that a fact, or is
No,
it
that's
embellishing?
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
No,
Don't hold us
let
to
me
it.
bring clarity to that. Let me bring clarity to that.
right.
Every year that Steamfitters Local 420 has come out to Screwballs, the game after they appeared was an Eagle victory.
All right, well.
All right?
Bet the house
Did
on
they
that.
play the Raiders all those years? It better happen again this year.
All right. Brian Doherty is to your right, Henry. Doc, right?
Yes.
Okay to call you Doc. Brian Doherty, who's an organizer with Steamfitters Local 420. And then Kyle Muldoon is with us as well. Kyle, great to have you up here as well. You look like you can replace Cam Jurgens on the line, brother. They don't have any depth on the line. Are you good? Can you snap or what?
I got a bum wheel. I think I'll pass.
Before we talk football and we talk about the Eagles a little bit, just because we're doing a football show, I do want to give give you thanks, 2, give you props, and 3, just give you the microphone for just a minute to talk about what it means to be a member of Steamfitters Local 420, because it really is. There's a lot of incredible and great unions in this city. You know that. It's a union town.
Absolutely.
All right. Steamfitters Local 420 is at the top of the pyramid. All right. Talk about that, Kyle. What's that mean for you to be a part of such a great union?
Yeah, I mean, I think you realize, like, it's not just a job. It's a career. It's a family, a brother and sisterhood. I even in this past year and a half of my life, I had a child that was born sick. The membership showed up for me incredibly. The benefits we have, just the camaraderie, just on the job site, keep you going every day. And then to do stuff like this in the community. I always talk about, like, there's not a little league field that I go to. Like, my son plays baseball. There's not a little league field that I go to that doesn't have a Steamfitters, banner in the outfield, right? Because they're just, we're donating, to the little leagues to, like, have that go. It's just everybody's family men and women, part of the community. It's a fabric of the community, and it's so important to me and all the other members.
Yeah, well stated, Doc. I don't know if you can top that. I'm sure you have similar thoughts, but well stated by Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have family in the Steamfitters. I just kind of stumbled into it as a young man, and it's a brotherhood. It's sisterhood. It's incredible. And, I mean, it starts from the top. I mean, Jim Snell pushes that. He wants us in the community doing outreach, doing things, and the local backs you on that. I mean, financially and with manpower. They just want to be part of everything, and we have a lot to be grateful for. You know,
No doubt about that, Henry.
No, I love it. I mean, I was a Local 98 member for like 6 years, and that union too. And all the Philly unions are just good guys doing good stuff, you know, especially in the community, because in Conshohocken, a lot of businesses used to get behind the kids, and a lot of those businesses have left that platform. But the union guys are always out there pitching in, volunteering time. I love it, man. I mean,
you know what's amazing about this, about their involvement with Krausey's Koats? This isn't the union writing a check. All of the money that is used to purchase 500 kids' coats, 150 men's coats, all of that money comes from the members. They reach into their own pocket, and I think Mike Merzajeski said it. Some guy throws a 20 and somebody throws 40. One guy threw $500 into the till. Whatever it is, it's all member-driven to the point that the dollar's raised. That's just an amazing thing. I'm proud to know you guys. It really is. It's good stuff.
And it's a tough time of year too, you know, because sometimes guys are laid off or work's not great and everyone's spending on holidays, but guys are always very generous. They collect on the jobs. They send money in. It's a really nice thing they do.
Makes your job as an organizer in some ways relatively easy, right? To be able to talk about what Local 420 is.
Oh, yeah. It's something I'm very proud of, you know.
All right, let's talk football before we get you out of here.
I have a question. You're the new head coach. Do you get a new offensive coordinator?
Absolutely.
You're the new head coach. You get a new offensive
All right,
coordinator?
come on, Doc.
I'm about to drop the mic and walk off. I've been saying we need a new OC all year long.
That's what everybody in the streets is saying, too.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Who's the uncommon denominator?
But people
in
are
this
turning on
situation?
Hurts, man. And, I mean, listen, that interception was he should not have done that. But you can't turn on that guy, the Super Bowl MVP.
He knows how to win. Hurts knows how to win.
Everywhere he goes, the guy wins. So you can't turn on him.
Well, they did in Alabama. They benched him in the national championship game for a similar scenario.
And look what happened. Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah,
He's the guy.
By the way, I'm a Jalenite. I like Jalen. I think he's a talented quarterback. I think he's a winner. I think he works hard at his craft. I think he wants to win, genuinely wants to win. I don't necessarily believe that about A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown has been gifted with incredible talent. But I don't necessarily know from a visual perspective that A.J. plays like Jalen. When Jalen shows up, he shows up defined to get the job done. Doesn't mean he'll get it done, but he does. So you want a new OC.
Absolutely.
Doc?
Yes, of course.
You want to. How do you think the Eagles are going to do in these last 4 games?
I hope they pull it together, but I mean, history hasn't always been real good to us, right? Like they've imploded a couple times halfway through the year.
2023 all over again. It feels like a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, the division's weak. The NFC isn't real strong. It's pretty wide open, but I will see what happens. I mean, the Raiders should be a give me, but I mean, we've said that before too.
Yeah,
the Cowboys catch them? I mean, the strength of schedule.
Well, the Cowboys can catch them if they win out, right? Because the Cowboys are 6-1 right now. Eagles are 8-5. So 4 games. So if the Cowboys win out, they're 10-6-1.
That tie's gonna screw them.
And the Eagles if the Eagles win out, it's over. It's where it's the combination that would knock them off.
It's a magic number
and there's
3
no wild
scenario.
Card coming out of
AJ always has the number.
That's why I call them stats. There's no wild card coming out of the East. The other
So the
divisions.
Cowboys have Vikings, Chargers is probably it is. The Chargers is the toughest game on the thank you, AJ. The Chargers is the toughest game on the Cowboys schedule. They have the Giants, they have Washington. and the Vikings, and then the Chargers. So
That's an easy. That's pretty easy.
Maybe the Cowboys win out. They're 10-6-1. Eagles got to handle their business.
I think the reality is the Cowboys aren't that good of a football team.
They're
either.
not.
I mean, they got a plethora of issues as well. So I think
good offensively.
The Eagles have lost to some really good teams lately. Let's not be confused about that. Like they haven't played well. They haven't
teams on their schedule.
Yeah, they haven't played well. They haven't played up to their potential, but they've lost to, 2 weeks in a row to playoff teams. I don't think Dallas is very good. I think you got to win 3 games, and I think they're going to do that.
All right, Kyle. Doc, last word. What do you think?
I think the Eagles are going to pull it out. I mean, even the games they lost, it's been close. It's not like they're getting blown out. So I think they're going to finish strong, hopefully, and then once they're in the playoffs, it's a fresh start.
Yeah.
They can do what they want.
I'm with you. Brian Doherty, Doc, and Kyle Muldoon from the Steamfitters. Guys, thanks a million, man.
Thanks so much for having
well
us.
done. Big round of applause for these guys and for Local 420, man. We'll take a break on the Countdown to Kickoff show. Back in a moment. All right, Cam.
If you own a company and you're not producing a podcast, you're missing out. The public consumes messaging when they're ready. Join the professional podcast network of companies and let Jacob Media Partners put you in the podcast arena. Come to our professional studio, or we'll come to your place of business and professionally produce your company podcast. Call Jacob Media right now at 267-261-3428. 267-261-3428.
Welcome back to the Countdown to Kickoff show, live from Screwballs. Give it up. All right, we are here live with our guest on the show tonight is TNT. The first half of TNT is Ted. The second half is Tom. And we have AJ in the middle there. So I am going to start this segment with, you're the coach. I'm going to give each one of you one thing you could do if you were the coach of this Philadelphia Eagles football team to turn it around. You cannot repeat the same answer that someone else gave. So, for 5 minutes, Ted, you're the coach. What would you do different for this team?
I would get back to the run game, first of all. It seemed to be working last week. I would get back to the run game for sure. Let Saquon Barkley take the ball and do what he does.
Okay.
Just O-line just got to make sure that he doesn't get hit behind the line of
So run the ball more. Run the ball more than they're doing. Okay.
Absolutely. Because the passing game is not working right now.
Okay.
It's
all
not.
Right. Run the ball more, AJ.
Well, I would fire Petula right now.
Hey, that's what I was going to say. Took my answer.
I would do that
and
right
replace
now.
him with who?
Anyone.
Frank Reich.
And Frank Reich, anybody. I don't care.
Yeah, give him a call, exactly. I said that last week.
Just give him a call.
Good
as a
idea at the end of the
consultant.
season.
Fire him right now because this offense has got to change because I don't see anything changing right now.
All right, we have run more, fire the OC. Tom, what do you got? Tommy Claus.
Use the tight end
Dallas
more
and
stick with it. Don't give up on it.
So that's a little more passing to the tight end.
Well, I mean, use him. Yeah, they've made it effective, and then they went away from it.
All right, so we have 3 new head coaches for 5 minutes. We run the ball more.
And obviously, there's more you got to do than just that.
And get Goddard involved. So the entire crux of this Philadelphia Eagles team is on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
So we're pleased and fine and dandy with everything in the defense. Don't tweak anything. Special teams.
No, stop.
No one said that
There's
the
always
defense
things
is
you need to do.
Defense looks
But
pretty good.
Defense isn't perfect, but we've seen over the last, take the Bears game out of it, because that was an anomaly. They pretty much shut down a lot of teams' running attacks. The pass coverage for the Chargers game and the Lions game and the Packers and Bears, they've been pretty good lately, so the defense is fine. Obviously, there's things to improve on, but we all know that this team goes as the Eagles, as Saquon and the offensive line goes. That's how they won last year. That's how they've won in the past. And we saw in 2023 and right now, that running game is not what it used to be, and that's why they're struggling.
So if you look at 2023 and you look at this team now, scarily similar in a lot of ways, but their skid was much longer, right? How many games did they lose?
They were 10-1,
and lost how many? 5?
They lost
7 games left. They went 1-6.
5 out of 6.
5 out of 6.
5 out of
okay.
6. They lost.
All right. So do you see this the same thing repeating itself? Do you think they? I mean, the Raiders are listen. They lose to the Raiders for God's sake.
They gotta
Well,
get
then
no
the
way.
franchise.
Can't have
That's
that.
crazy. But
No
you know
way.
they have a tough opponent. Some tough opponents coming up. So can they fix all of the three things in a month? Can they do that?
I don't think they could fix
Maybe.
it all in a month. I mean, come on, we're coming to near the end of the season right now.
Well, I mean-
all the
they
other teams got
can.
to figure it out.
I mean, not everything, because you're not going to figure everything out in a month, but they could see maybe against the Commanders or the Raiders or even Buffalo, they could experiment with a few plays that maybe they'll use in the playoffs possibly. You're
Well,
not going to
hopefully
figure everything
experiment.
you're not going to figure everything out in 1 month. That's just not going to happen.
No.
Well, you could find the little tweaks that could be useful against teams in the NFC, where as bad as the Eagles have been right now, I don't really trust a lot of teams in the NFC, to be honest with you.
No,
To
there's
me, it's a wide open conference.
all the supposedly elite quarterbacks have been having tough times lately.
Dak Prescott has the best QBR in football.
Well,
Let's
right, and he's in a bad place.
Listen, I like watching that guy. He can play. He can play though. I got to give it up to him. He can play.
Can't take it away.
So defensively, they're fine. D-line fine.
They're fine.
Well,
fine defensively.
I mean, they're not completely fine, but they're playing a lot better than the
Elliott's
offense.
not playing well. What is
No.
going on with that guy?
He's missed like 5 field goals
Yeah,
in the
I'll
last
get that.
7 games. 5. Like,
And
what has happened?
No
to
one's
him?
asking for his head yet, though, right?
Oh, man.
That's sentimental
Well-
stuff.
Well, who are you
there.
going to put out there?
Right. So is Nick Sirianni on the hot seat
No.
No.
across the board?
You can't have a coach on the hot seat that just won the Super
Yeah,
Bowl
he's
last
not
year.
on the hot
That's
seat.
impossible. That's like saying, oh, Andy Reid's on the hot seat. Like, come on.
That's not going to happen.
That's silly.
Exactly.
So
Can't do it.
offensive coordinators, what kind of offense? All right, your offense has to match your personnel. When this line's healthy, it's probably the best in the league, right?
Yeah,
They
it was
haven't-
last year.
Absolutely.
They haven't been a healthy unit, I don't think, one whole game
No, the starting
right.
offensive line hasn't played but one game.
together, right?
Yeah.
From last year's Super Bowl team. So I think that's the key right there. And
Saquon-
Joe alludes to the fact that they're hurting on depth everywhere. Where are they hurting the most on depth, do you guys think?
That's it's a tough call.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, right.
O-line?
Probably the
Talking
O-line.
Oh, yeah, the O-line.
O-line depth?
And Saquon just
I
not
feel like
have
they're
the
pretty deep on the D-line. I think
Yeah, they are.
their
they've got-
second
got
string
pieces.
is like a 1B in other teams.
Yeah, the
Corners.
Corners.
Corners are good. Linebackers we talked about, they're fine. D-line I think is okay. Jordan Davis played really well in the last game. Hunt was amazing, 2.5 sacks. So the defense, obviously they could be better, but I think they're fine. It's just it all comes down to the offense, and we keep talking about the O-line. Saquon doesn't have the same explosiveness, so they better get it together.
All right, guys, here we go. We had three new head coaches for 15 minutes each. They all would attack the offense on this team. One wants to run more. Patullo gone.
Out.
More
Yeah,
Dallas Goddard.
More tight
So
end.
they got a lot of work to do on the offensive side. All right. I want predictions for these guys. All right. Ted, what do you think the score is going to be?
Wow, here we go. So it's the Raiders. I mean, despite how bad the last 3 weeks were, especially last week, I got to go. I'm still picking the Birds. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, even on the Eagles side, despite the Raiders. So I'm going to go Eagles 17, Raiders 6.
I wonder what the Raiders' rush defense is. Stats. How quick can he get it? Why Tom's getting his answer together. Go ahead, Tom.
Well,
Putting stats to
I
the
don't
test.
know. I don't know about stats.
He's the
16th.
stats. 16th in the rush game.
Okay. Well, the way I'm looking at it is, it's not going to be a high-scoring game. I don't know that we're going to score 3-4 touchdowns against them. We should, but I'm going to go, like Santa Claus, he's available 24/7. That's my shit.
That's awesome right there. I like that. That's funny. Okay, what do you got, AJ?
I'm going 28-10 Eagles. I think
you go.
this is a week where they're going to open it up because it's the Raiders. They're awful. Outside of Max
the
Crosby,
Raiders.
they're a bad football team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right around here. I was gonna say 24-10. So I just think they're gonna run the ball over the Raiders. I mean, that's why I
They
asked
have
you
to.
that. I mean, they have to reestablish some kind of rhythm going into that next week game, and you need a confidence builder. So let's get Barkley going. Let's get that line thinking they can move anybody, even though it's just the Raiders, and build confidence for the next game.
Take out Max Crosby.
All right. That's going to do it for this segment. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Countdown to kickoff live from Screwballs.
All right, there's going to be one more segment here. Does everybody have a ticket? Do you have a ticket to ride?
Wait. Henry, are you out? Henry, are you in or out?
What did Tom say is their predictions? I missed it. Is it just me and you?
No, it's where's Mike? Is he coming up?
Oh yeah, he's on his way.
Henry, you doing it or you want AJ? Want me to bring AJ or you?
What?
Mike, you're here.
Then talk to him. Oh no, they're up. Yeah, you were busy.
I know, I was busy. We got you.
All right, now give him your extra one, will you?
All right, guys, throw your headsets on.
Give him one.
Nick, give me the fight song on the way back.
Just take one and put one in the bucket. What did Tom and Ted say for their scores?
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Everybody got me?
I said 28-10. I think Tommy said 24-10. I think Ted said 17-6.
Man, back here live on the Countdown to Kickoff show here on a Thursday night at Screwballs. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of the broadcast tonight. Special thanks to Steamfitters Local 420. Tommy brought out the red bag. Tommy, well done. AJ brought a bag in the house tonight. Well done by you as well. Final segment of the show. And then next Thursday is our final show of 2025 here at Screwballs, and then we'll be back on the other side in January, leading into the playoffs.
Yeah,
we will not be here for the lead into Washington because that's New Year's Day, right? Is that how it works? I think so. Okay. Anyway, get your tickets. We're giving away a pair of tickets for that Washington game. Mike is here. Steve is here. It's a very different conversation, Mike, than it was, in some ways, than it was a week ago. Give me your best assessment of where this football team is based on all the noise that's happening in the market and based on what you believe to be true, and then and discount the stuff that doesn't matter.
Well, we'll start off with, I think I picked Chargers to win by 3 last week.
You did.
20-17, reluctantly.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sad to report that.
Not really.
No, I'm not. The definition of insanity is right. Repeating the same thing over and over, hoping for the same results. And this offense looked down and dead again. And I think Pachulo got kind of a pass this week because of how bad Jalen played.
Yeah.
Love Jalen, but yeah, that's where we're at. But I think
I want to ask you, because you like A.J. Brown.
Love him.
You are
Love
an A.J. Brown fan.
And this AJ too here. I'm his fan.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, look at you guys.
Nice, very good.
Look at you guys.
A.J. Brown,
man.
in that game, did he short arm that pass over the middle that resulted in an interception? Did it look like he did or not?
Hell yeah, he did.
I'll say for who, for what? Yeah.
Looked that way,
This is
right?
worse than Ricky Waters, by the way.
Little bit. He should have caught it. Listen, he's a Pro Bowl receiver, one of the top 10 best in the NFL.
He's one of the 5 best receivers in the NFL.
Right, exactly. And
Not after that, he ain't.
you have to, the ball hits your hands as a receiver, you got to catch it. But the one, he definitely looked like he alligator armed it a little bit. So, yes, I do believe that.
By the
Steve, hold on, AJ. Steve, let me get Steve into the conversation here. Did you pick Los Angeles last week? I think you did. No,
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
You did.
I thought I picked them big. Remember 30-13?
Picked them big, but
you said I went off the rails.
You picked them to win.
Yeah.
You picked them to win.
Yep.
That's what happened. Now we're in a situation where I don't want to deal with that anymore. I want to talk about what's in front of us.
Okay.
Washington twice. Big game up in Buffalo on the 28th. Toughest game of the remaining 4. Vegas on Sunday. Let's start there. A bad football team with a good head coach who's 9-0 against the Birds and who plays zone defense, which is Jalen's kryptonite. You say what?
Well, I don't understand all the hate for Jalen Hurts this week. I mean, he did something that no other quarterback has ever done by turning the ball over twice in one play last week. So
Yeah,
that was like,
that was crazy.
that
right?
was pretty bad. And let's be honest, the Vegas defense is either on par or probably a little bit better than the Eagles' defense is right now. The Eagles' run defense is atrocious. The last 3 games, they've given up 575 yards rushing. A lot of it has to do with no Jalen Carter in the game. But the Oakland defense is 16th overall. They're not bad. Their offense is absolutely horrible. Yeah. So, I mean, that they are last in the league in rushing. They get like 72 yards a game rushing. And that's what Ashton Jenney. He was a pretty high draft pick for the Raiders. So, but they pick these star players and put them behind an offensive line that can't block their way
What's the
through
line on
paperback.
that game, Mike?
Eagles right now, it looks like it's 11.5.
I was going to say it's double digit, right?
Yeah, depending where you're getting it at. But, yeah, Eagles, we'll say 11.5, 12.
So Eagles are
favored by that.
Favored
by 12.5. Yeah.
by
12.
Is that a big number? Under normal circumstances, maybe it's not. What do you say? What do you think?
Anything double digits is always huge. I mean, this isn't obviously NCAA, but yeah, when you get 10 to 14, that's a big line because the NFL is a lot of parity, as we know that. But
especially this year.
The NFL's a lot of parity. Let's take the Raiders out of that because they're the Raiders.
They would have the number 1 pick in the draft at the season ended.
But is it conceivable to think that based on how the Eagles are playing, that's the caveat in the equation, is it conceivable, Steve, that the Eagles would blow out this football team?
I mean, on one hand, yeah, it is conceivable. The Eagles, on paper, look like by far the better team. Saquon's better than Genty. The Eagles' offense is better than
I'm not talking about paper. Forget paper. I'm just talking about the way they're playing.
No.
The way they're playing right now, coming into this game, do you get healthy against a team like the Raiders, or do you struggle and maybe win but not win by double digits, or is the line telling you something, Mike? I mean,
I think the Raiders are going to cover this spread. If you're going to ask me straight up, I mean that's a big number for any NFL team. Even though they're coming across country, even though it's a 1:00 game, so it's 10:00 for them.
Is it 1:00 or 4:00?
1:00 game. And Kenny Pickett, Mr. Two Gloves, is going to be running the Raider offense. It should be, again, on paper, it should be a get healthy game. But again, the way the Eagles are playing, and like my eye test tells me, they're going to have a hard time again.
But you like the Eagles to win?
I do like the Eagles to win. If they don't win this game, then Sirianni is going to have a hard time getting off the field before he gets fired.
Mike?
Yeah, I think this is kind of a, I don't want to say a mulligan week. I think they can blow them out per se on the low end, and I expect a low-scoring game.
What's the total? What's the total?
38.5.
Wow.
And it's going to be 32 degrees when the game starts, give or take. It's going to be not good weather, they're saying, a lot of precipitation.
It might snow the night before, 3 inches.
There you go. So that tells me it's time to have a Saquon game.
It should.
Well, if
let's
you
get Saquon 30 touches, receiving and rushing next
help
week.
me understand the logic, and I know we're running out of time, but help me understand the logic. If a team is a 12-point favorite,
they're not
right,
good. They stink.
but you're expecting the Eagles to, if they're going to cover the line,
they got to score more.
they're going to score a lot of points. So the Eagles are going to score points. The Raiders aren't going to get much at all. That would explain the 38, right?
Yes, correct. So I mean, Vegas is probably looking at a 24-10.
Yeah, it's 28-10,
something like that, low scoring. I think the Eagles win. I think they cover.
All right, AJ, I'll give you last word.
I didn't get to give my score.
Oh, okay, give it.
All right. I like the Eagles to win 24-20.
Okay. Oh, so you like it a lot closer.
I do.
Closer,
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you did say you would take the points. They're not going to cover the double digit.
And the Eagles are struggling.
Now, AJ, you picked it. You picked it in the last segment.
28-10.
Eagles.
Raiders are just awful. This is going to be a Saquon type game. I expect him to have a big game. By the way, AJ Brown, have you heard anything from him this week? You got his numbers.
Hey, three straight games, 100+ yards receiving, but three straight losses.
And that's
what's important here.
I can't stress that enough. That's all you need to know about him as a teammate. I think Hurts will be able to bounce back because, again, while Pete Carroll's had a great record against the Eagles, this isn't Seattle with the Legion of Boom. This is the Raiders. They're going to have the number 1 overall pick. All the Eagles got to do is worry about Max Crosby, and they'll exploit everything else.
Brock Bowers.
The Eagles' concerns are not for this week or the weeks ahead. To me, it's for when they get to the playoffs and they face real tough competition like Detroit and Green Bay. While they have beaten them, they won't be able to beat them a second time in defensive struggles like that.
That makes sense. That's a good point.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I believe that with the Eagles' offense, how they moved the ball in overtime was more reminiscent of last year than it was. They were actually looked like the team of old in that overtime drive. They were moving the ball down the field.
100%.
They were converting 3rd and long. I mean, these are really it really looked like something is different. So that gave me a glimmer of hope, like a little modicum glimmer, a little spark of hope that the Eagles might be able to flip the switch over the last 4 weeks and maybe make a little run in the playoffs as opposed to how bad they are.
One pick changed the whole attitude of the city.
Yeah.
Because Jalen doesn't throw that pick.
Eagles go in and score, they win.
Yeah.
Everything's rosy again.
Yeah, AJ catches the 1 touchdown.
Or Jake Elliott,
they win. Jake Elliott hits one from 44. They win. I mean,
you just didn't see that last year.
Always the 5 plays. Mike, do you like the Eagles?
I do.
I mean, to put money on them, do you like the Eagles with that number?
Low scoring, yeah. I'm going to go Eagles 27. I'll go Raiders 10. They'll get a garbage touchdown somewhere. Low scoring, sloppy game. By default, they'll win, and then they move on to another week.
All right, good stuff here. That's going to do it for this edition of the Countdown to Kickoff show. Big thanks, special thanks to the Steamfitters, man. Well done, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very, very much. Mike, Steve, well done. AJ, great job again tonight. On behalf of the big dog, the coach, Henry Racich, I'm Joe Kraus. See you next time, everybody.
Steamfitters Local Union 420 is a proud 123-year-old labor organization that has been installing mechanical piping systems throughout southeastern Pennsylvania with the safest and most highly skilled steamfitters, welders, and HVAC technicians. They work in facilities such as CHOP, Monroe Energy, Merck Pharmaceuticals, the Amazon Data Center campus, and the many educational and medical institutions throughout our region. Interested in a pathway into the middle class? Go to our website at lu420.com to download an application for our gold standard apprenticeship and get your career started today. Jim Snell,